revelations in the original Nunes memo have raised several questions about the Obama administration's decision to spy on Trump advisor Carter Page. Remember, he was a foreign policy advisor for a short time to the Trump campaign from January 2016 to September 2016. He traveled to Russia in July of 2016. He let the campaign know that he was going to take this trip. They said, that's fine, you can take the trip, right? He was later the subject of a Fisa surveillance warrant obtained by the FBI and Department of Justice as part of Russia's probe. Carter Page joins me now. Good to see you, Carter. Thanks for being here. First of all, I want to get your reaction to these new developments that we've seen. What went through your mind when you saw the 13 indictments of Russian individuals for attempting to infiltrate campaigns, groups of people, and sort of move the message during the campaign?
The funny thing I found about that is the January 6, 2017 intel report, DNI report from Mr. Clapper and co. was saying that, it's RT and Sputnik and these very big organizations. And what's interesting about this new case is that it's really chump change, which is, that was being invested. I think Byron York.
$1 million, I think.
Well, and actually, in terms of Facebook ads, a couple $100 here, a couple $100 there. You compare that to Broadcasting Board of Governors, a U.S. federal agency which is funding Radio Free Europe and others that are putting out these defamatory articles against the, Trump movement and just complete defamation. So it's pretty extraordinary. And I'm hoping that, as they're now entering phase 2 in the House Intelligence Committee, they'll get to the bottom of all that.
So you're saying that U.S. government entities are doing a much more expansive job at trying to sway political opinion. Radio Free Europe,
last year.
Other areas, Twitter, all kinds of different places. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah, and actually the defamatory articles against the Trump campaign and myself there's little links on there. You can tweet this out or you can send this out via Facebook.
It's U.S. taxpayer money going to that.
Over $100 million was the budget that year for Broadcasting Board of Governors giving to Radio Free Europe.
And what about the exchange that we just watched between Congressman Trey Gowdy and John Brennan saying that he had no idea, couldn't respond as to whether or not the dossier was part of what was used as the application to spy on you? Do you believe that?
Well, it's pretty crazy. And actually, what I've been having a hard time believing is going back to the original testimony by Mr. Comey on March 20th last year, where, the members of the House Intelligence Committee were reading from that dodgy dossier extensively. And, all the damage that created and, challenges it created for our country and the U.S. government is just terrible. And, his false answers about Trump Tower was not wiretapped. Well, that's all been proven incorrect based on this new.
You said that you believe that when all of this comes apart, and you believe it is coming apart, I think, right?
Big time. That
it will set people free. What did you mean by that?
I think, our entire country, if you look at the civil rights abuses that were, taken against me and other members of the Trump movement, again, all of my communications were hacked and wiretapped for over a year. And, you think about the tremendous resources that took, not only in terms of fake news, U.S. government propaganda in 2016, but even with the FBI, the wiretap for me was issued on October 21st, 2016, and was renewed 3 times, 90 days each. So that would have gone to October 2017. And it was September 2017 when the FBI was informed about the Mr.
And it could go backwards, too. So do you believe that they were using you as a doorway to get into all of these other Trump communications?
Of course.
And do you think that they got anything from that?
Well, I think, it's the principle of it. And that's the thing. I was a low-level guy, right?
But are we going to see at any stage of this that this actually all comes back to this one phone conversation that started when we got into the Carter Page?
Well, the one phone conversation, will be interesting. I think Chairman Grassley and Chairman Graham on the Senate Judiciary they have some outstanding requests out to members of the Clinton campaign to get information about their, their operations with the dodgy dossier creator. So we'll see how that all plays out, and I think that'll really help.
You know, we talked about Michael Flynn at the beginning of the show. There are some parallels. His case was unmasked. His communications were unmasked as part of an effort that appears to have started with Susan Rice in the White House. What do you think about what happened to Michael Flynn?
I just feel terrible about all of it. Again, I never met him. I have no relationship with him whatsoever. We never communicated in any way whatsoever. But, everything that the interference in the 2016 election and all of the chaos that created starting, when these fake media reports came out in September 2016 and all the chaos that created over the many months following that, part of me feels that if that hadn't occurred, then he would have been able to do his job and all these, crazy things.
Is there anything you could have done differently?
I think fighting back, actually. And, look, Don Jr. Called me on Tucker's show a patsy. And to a certain extent, I a little bit was. I think if I had fought back more in terms of trying to get the truth out there, earlier, then I think it, might have potentially helped. But, again, I'm a private citizen and I like to sort of keep a low profile. But,
Are you suing the U.S. government over what they did?
Absolutely. And, there's two parts. And again, it goes back to this January 6, 2017 Intel report. They allege hacking and they allege false propaganda. I'm focused right now on the false propaganda. And that's, imminently clear that the U.S. government was funding this big campaign. And so I'm currently focused on that. All I want from the U.S. government is $1, just show and to start acting responsibly, particularly Department
prove that
of
they were
Justice.
wrong about you.
Absolutely. And I think, the fact that Attorney General Sessions is taking steps, I think that's finally turning a corner there. So I'm quite optimistic.
Carter Page, thank you. Good to have you here tonight. Thanks for coming in.